Okay, hello. I wanted to give a quick breakdown on my envelope. So the majority of my funds I keep inside the bank. I already know more or less how much everything comes out for gas, our water and power, the bills I have. So I kind of have one checking account where I split half and half each paycheck. I put half of what my estimated bills are going to be. I add a little bit more, of course, just as a buffer. And I also have electronic envelopes, which if you look over here, these are the electronic envelopes, which I have at Capital One. So you can set it up in Capital One to automatically take out every month, which is what I have done for these here. These here are automatically coming out of my Capital One from the main checking account, which I consider it as a bills due. So I roll that in there, and every month I see it go out and it automatically saves, and I don't have to worry about it. I just have to make sure that I roll it into the bills, which, like I say, stay the same every month. For the most part, that won't be changing unless, let's say, I end up spending something on my credit card, then I will have to go in and change the minimum payment and add that in for that credit card. But I have vacation celebrations. I have their birthdays because I notice every year, of course, I like to do something and besides just a gift. And so that ends up coming out to a little bit, which sometimes I am not ready for because I forget how much it is to actually feed people, right? So this year, being the quarantine and all, we may do something like a bouncer, or we may just have a full-on water play in the yard, which, believe it or not, will cost something because that means swimsuits to make sure that they fit, and even little pool toys that they can play with, little water guns or little inflatables, or even buckets. You know, it's all something, right? So I have, for each kid's birthday, I have tech, and then I also have a retirement goal. Now, I don't really consider it like a real retirement account. It would be more like a supplemental, I guess you could say, because thank God I do have a 401k through my job. And so I have a little bit there. Who knows if there will even be anything there with the way the economy is. But at least here, once I get a little something in there, I may want to throw that into a Roth IRA, and just hold it in the bank that way so it can earn a little interest, save a little something until then. But these are the electronic envelopes, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the Capital One looks like. Okay, so when you log in, you see your name. You can also be a boss lady if you want, but these are all savings accounts. I have my 2 kids' birthday savings accounts. Keep in mind also, you can have up to 15 accounts, 15, which is awesome. Okay, I also have an emergency savings account, which is only going to hold 50, just strictly for emergencies since I hold cash in the house. I don't need to have more than 50. I have vacations. I have celebrations, which is for gift giving to others. I have tech stuff because I love shiny new things, and Apple always gets me. I have my supplemental retirement spending account. I also have a checking account, which will stay at a 0 balance. I only keep it for the debit card. And this is so that I can have easy, quick access to any of the envelopes. If I need money from them, I'll just do the transfer on the mobile app, and then I'll have access to that cash using the debit card. I could also set up, if I wanted to, a lump sum deposit automatic to this checking account and then spread it out to the savings. But instead, I have each savings account set up with it individually. So for instance, this birthday account has an automatic setup. I like it this way because that way, if I reach goal for a certain envelope, I can just cancel that specific envelope and the rest will keep deducting. Or I can also change each envelope as needed individually, and then I don't have to worry about it
having to move it over manually later on down the line. So you get the transfer button where you can set it up how often you want it to do, monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, whatever it may be. You'll see mine's is set up for once a month. It's coming from my main utilities credit union checking account, and it is scheduled the 16th of every month. And this particular one will have $20. So every month on the same day, this is what happens.
I hope it explained a little bit on how I'm kind of doing it. Also, I know I went ahead and I opened 2 additional accounts for my kids. Remember, I had the $1,000 every year that I've been saving for my kids. I was going to put that into the Capital One as well, but the only reason I did not do it is because I kept thinking if I need an emergency, if I have an emergency, I don't have a physical bank that I can walk into and say, hey, can I have $7,000 cash, please? So that is what was bothering me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I could find something local with my current credit union that I have and put the money in there. Sure enough, they do have a CD. I went ahead and I put their money 12-month CD for each one. And the cool part is I can add to it during the year if I want to, or once I get their, $1,000, I can go ahead and add it in there at that point as well. But it's getting the same rate as Capital One. The only thing, it's locked, right? Or it's supposedly locked for a year. But technically, if I really had an emergency like that, I could go in there and say, I need my money. And they would be able to give it to me on the spot, which is what I really want to be able to have access to those funds. So I did that. I did their, $1,000 a year to my local credit union. So with that being said, I am going to have to take my little girls, which she had. Remember I told you she's fully funded and he's fully funded as well. However, the majority of that is coming from the, what do you call it? The tax return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. So I'm going to take that 1,000 and put that into my little girl's account. Tax return money, I am going to take the rest for my son because his was not fully funded here. His only had a couple hundred in here for what I remember. 1, 20, 40, 50, oh, even less than that, 150. See, so he does not have enough to fully fund his 1K. One's a summer baby, one's a winter baby. So once those tax returns come in, I'm going to use that and fully fund their stuff. You know what? I can probably do this. The Go-Getter, remember, I have 20s in here as well as 50s, so I'm going to swap these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, and there's 50s. Here's 20. Okay, I've got the 10s. All the singles, which I'm going to have to swap as well. 10s, 20s, 50s, and more. Okay, so let me change the 50s for a $100 bill. $20, $40, $60, $80, $100 for another $100 bill. $10, $20, $30. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to take 30 and then another 20. Switch it for a 50 that I just dropped in there. Here we go. So let's see how much cash. And you know what? I wonder how many singles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, at least I'll be able to switch it out for one of the 10s. Okay. That'll make my envelope a little smaller. Make room for a little more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 400, 50, 50, 70, 81. All right. That's pretty good. Okay. That's pretty good. So closer to my goal of 10K, right? If I stick with it and keep putting it all in there. Okay. So let's put that in here, and I'm going to end up taking this to the bank. So where's my bank run envelope? And I'm going to end up putting all of that into my little girl's 1K. And then once I get the tax return, I'm going to add in the rest of it. And like I said, those two are, like I said, I'm considering them fully funded. So I won't worry about it until once birthdays start coming around. Once their birthday starts coming around, which will be this summer for my son, then I'll start again breaking down that $1,000 on a bi-weekly schedule and start adding in so that I'll be prepared for his following birthday and I can have his 1K ready. So yay. Okay, I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm getting somewhere, especially for someone who always had such trouble saving. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, especially with the Capital One, I hope I answered questions good enough. Let me know. And yeah, if you see any improvements that I can make, please let me know, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like I said, I'm just trying to turn this paycheck into a playcheck like ASAP. Okay, so let me know if I need any suggestions for something I could do better or different. And thank you for any feedback. Thank you. Bye.